Philippines. Just yesterday, flew in last morning from the Philippines. We had a great event out there. We're of course getting ready for the opening for the Philippines market, which is going to be happening sometime in July. Right now, all the paperwork, licensing is getting ready for Philippines. Office is already in construction. So we're excited to open up our ninth country, which is going to be the Philippines. And yes, good morning, good morning. And it's I know 9 a.m. in the Malaysian market as well as Singapore and the Philippines, and of course in Hong Kong, Taiwan as well. And for all of you that are just joining us this morning, just want to welcome all of you to be joining us this morning. Welcome, Jane, and good to see you on the call as well as Rowan Zorsman and Amiria. Good to see many of you this past few days out in Hong Kong or in Singapore and Malaysia and of course the Philippines. And before I get the training kicked off, I'm going to actually just share some announcements and some recent activities, with our Team XS in the last 30 days. And I've been, traveling to many countries these last few past weeks, just to visit many of you guys. And of course, we had many events happening in different markets, and I want to just give you guys some updates on some things that are happening in the market as well as some previous announcements with our company as well. So all right. So few announcements we had. We did have two new directors that got promoted this past week, also in the Asian markets as well. We also had one from Malaysia and one from Taiwan, new directors just recently promoted. Let me just pull up my screen here. Give me a second. You guys are not, can you guys see my screen or were you not able to see that?
No screen. It's loading.
Loading black again?
Yes.
Okay, give me 1 second here. Okay. All right, let me download this. All right, so as that downloads and as that file gets ready, today, I'm going to be going over a simple training on how to present the Riemann business, the Riemann presentation. And afterwards, and give you guys some training tips on also how to close and how to talk to prospects as well. I believe that if all of you can understand how to present properly and the point of presenting and how to keep it simple, not only will that be good for you, but that will also be good for your future team members so they can also duplicate the same method as you. The reason why, when I first started to now, if you have seen my presentations in the past, it's been simple and it's been duplicatable, right? I haven't tried to do anything so special in my presentations. I made everything very duplicatable and also at the same time, very simple for many people to, of course, duplicate over and over again. And that's why we've had so much success because of simple duplication and simple ways of sharing Riemann opportunity um, with, of course, on Zoom calls or to the people that you meet as well. So simple events and simple duplication is going to actually help you guys have and grow your Riemann business as well. So let me actually now share some events happening in different markets. I know we had some great events recently all over in different markets. Let me just update this here. All right, so let's pull this up here. All right. So, we had some great events recently in the Malaysian market. We had two new directors, Aki and Janet from the Malaysian market. I mean, they literally, what's special about this promotion was they actually literally finished it up, their team 1 hour before the actual event in the Malaysian market. They're the first excess directors in the Malaysia market as well. So, truly big congratulations to them and their team. We've also had Rich from Taiwan, just also finished up director as well. Her and our team has been working super hard to finish a director as well. And so another director from Taiwan. Congratulations to Rich. Also Sharon, also from Canada, but also actually building a very large team in business. Also got promoted at the Singapore event as a director at the Singapore event we had recently as well. Um, and just a few pictures of some events happening earlier this past month. I was out in Las Vegas and we had a lot of events, a lot of pop-ups, and a lot of new leaders being born in the Las Vegas market as well. I also was in New York, and of course, we had some great events in New York. A lot of great leaders, a lot of new upcoming superstars in the New York market as well, on their way to team leader and director. That was also a great event as well. Mexico, was out of Mexico also just a few weeks ago, and we had some great pop-ups, great events. We did the opening for the Mexico office as well as many pop-ups in Mexico, where there was many new people getting promoted now to senior manager, managers, and many on their way to team leader as well. Hong Kong, we've had our office opening in Hong Kong, and it was great. We had a great gala event on the 39th floor at this place called, I forgot the exact name of the place, but it was beautiful. And, we had all the team leaders and directors fly in from Asia. And, literally Excess was dominating this event. Literally, we had about 80% of the room, all Excess. There were 300 members, 300 team leaders and higher that qualified for this gala. And about 80% of that was all from the Excess team in the Asian market. So, congratulations to all the individuals in the Asia market right now, doing an incredible job for for the events and happening in Hong Kong and Taiwan as well. Um, but yeah, so let's talk about presentations and let's talk about now the training part on how to properly present and also close prospects in Riemann. Okay, so the first topic I'm going to talk about is the first presentation, okay? So obviously when you are starting your presentation, before the presentation, what do you got to do, okay? You have to first introduce yourself to the prospect or on the Zoom call or to the group. And the introduction shouldn't be that long. It should just be about 2 to 3 minutes, briefly sharing your personal story. You guys know that my story, my name is Steve Hyun. Prior to Riemann, I've been working on this industry, the current entertainment industry. And the reason why I joined is because of this, this, and this, and this, right? So many of you that are going to be sharing the Riemann opportunity, share your personal story before Riemann. Don't just go right into the presentation. People like to know who you are. People don't like to know, what kind of background you've done or what you've done before Riemann. And the reason why we want to share our story is because it's very relatable. Okay, you want to keep it authentic and you want to keep it emotion relatable. You can say, hey, before Riemann, I was just a busy mother with 2 kids working at my full-time job, but I saw the value of the company, the products, and that's the reason why I joined, right? So you can share that story because that's how you connect with a lot of people. Keep it short and simple. It doesn't have to be too long because you just want to be because obviously a presentation should be maximum 30 minutes, okay? You want to keep it in 30 minutes to maximum 40 minutes with testimonials, but the introduction should be about 2 to 3 minutes, okay? And you can give an example of stuff like, hey, I didn't have experience in skincare sales, but I saw a company with amazing products. I saw a company with credibility. I saw a way for me to have first movers advantage in my city, right? And following the system of the company, using and sharing the products, not only did I get better results on my skin, but also my business grew dramatically, right? So that's a real life testimonial with so many people today having that same experience. They tried the products out, they were blown away with their skin changes, and they saw that, hey, this is a great way for me to get started early and also have first movers advantage. A lot of people want first movers advantage, okay? A lot of people want better skin. A lot of people want to make extra income, and a lot of people are in the same situation as you are, okay? So 2 to 3 minutes, and that's how I would introduce and have the introduction before my presentation, okay? Now, after that, now we're going into the presentation, right? So now I'm talking about the company, right? Which is not going to be too long, about 3 minutes. But I'm talking about, of course, okay, Rima started in South Korea 2018, right? 7-year-old company. So at the same time, we're not a startup company, but at the same time, in the markets that we're opening up, we're at the very beginning stages. So the company already has this 7-year track record, right? 7-year track record with doing $2.5 billion in sales in the first 5 years. I'm highlighting these key points, letting them know, hey, look, it's not a brand new company. It started in 2018, but we get to work earlier and in the beginning in this country, in this market as well. And take a look at this, $2.5 billion in sales past 5 years, 40 million bottles sold, in a population of 51 million people. That's only in South Korea, right? I'm highlighting these numbers because why? Selling 40 million in a population of 51 million people. Think about that. That's a lot of bottles sold in one country. If you look at Philippines has 120 million people, right? If we sold 90 million, 100 million bottles in just Philippines alone, that's a big number, right? Imagine you're a country where we sold almost 80% to 90% the amount of people living there, right? So that's a big number that you want to clarify and let them know that, hey, look, global expansion already happened. Started in Korea, we're already in Taiwan, North America, Malaysia, Singapore, Mexico, now soon Philippines and Japan, and coming into your countries. Right? So you want to highlight, you're highlighting the credibility here when you talk about the company, when you talk about what they've accomplished, right? And of course, mentioning number one K beauty brand. Okay, you want to mention, of course, number one K beauty brand, how we surpassed Amore Pacific, how we surpassed LG, how in Korea skincare in Korea and K-beauty and skincare has been going on for over 75 plus years, right? Hundreds of years, right? And they've been the actual giant conglomerates. They own so many companies, so many brands that all fall under the Amore and LG umbrella. But out of nowhere, a company in 3 years goes number one, right? Isn't that gonna make people curious? Like, how did you go number one in 3 years? That's why I got curious, right? That's why I got curious because not a lot of companies can go number one in South Korea in 3 years when there's been two big giants and every single company, everyone knows, a lot of people know these smaller brands like Innisfree and Face Shop and Seohasu and Etude House and all these little shops. They're all under these two big umbrellas, right? That's been gigantic for years. It's like a Samsung and an LG, but all of a sudden, in 3 years, a company beats them. That doesn't make any sense, right? So when you highlight that story, when you highlight the company background, the credibility, 7 years, that's where you're hitting, okay? That's why you want to show and highlight the credibility of Riemann, okay? Now, next thing we want to, of course, talk about is next thing we're going to go into is the product of not just the products, but we're talking about the highlights of the product, right? We're talking about the plant, we're talking about the water, we're talking about the technology, right? And you wanna when you talk about this, like I say is this, the reason why we went number one is because of these three key reasons, right? And the first one is the fact that our owner, our chairman, our formulator discovered a new plant. There's a plant called Pyeongpur in South Korea that's grown in Jeju Island, but it's also a common plant and ingredient used in many skincare products today. In Korea, there's a cream called Madagascar cream, Madagascar, that's used to heal skin. In the United States, we have something similar called Neosporin, okay? Now, this centella plant is widely used, and people that know skincare have heard the plant before. And the purpose of this is because it heals skin, okay? It heals skin. Um, it heals skin, right? So, um, having this Pyeongpur plant, having this plant, the fact that we were able to get a government, contract, we got awarded a government water contract to use the lava water from Jeju Island, South Korea. because the fact that our chairman has been a formulator for skincare and he's been in the industry for many, many, many years, the Korean government is the one that founded this special Jeju lava water, okay? And it's been in the bedrocks of Jeju Island and the volcanoes, right? So it's a very special water, rich in minerals, right? Some of the minerals that are in there, one of them is called like silica. It's a mineral used for collagen reproduction, and they found a higher density rich mineral in this water versus your typical any distilled water or seawater, right? And you guys know that this type of water only exists in three other places in the world today: Japan, Spain, and Hawaii. But Japan, Spain, and Hawaii, you can't use it for skincare, right? Japan, the water's contaminated, so you can't use it for skincare. In Spain, there's too much sand and gravel, so it costs much money to filter out. And in Hawaii, it's 13 to 1600 meters below sea level, so it costs too much money to extract the water out. But for in Korea, it's only 130 meters deep, so we get to actually drill 130 meters deep down to extract this water out, and of course to put this into the product. And you have to understand that it's not just the water, but we also take the water, take the byungpul leaf. Okay, so the water was used to grow the leaf, right? The plant. Plant got bigger, right? Now, of course, better hydration, polyphenol, uh, um, you know, better everything using the plant. But then with the plant and the water, we actually infuse it together, boiling it at a certain temperature so that it actually maximizes all the benefits, right? So all that Pyeongpro leaf water that's in the products, like for example, the booster has 89% of that. Typical skincare brands uses distilled water that has no minerals, okay? So us having this highly enriched mineral water, right? The Jeju lava water plus the Pyeongpor infused in there, that gives it that wow effect, right? And that's how you want to explain that there's this plant that we founded, that we grew, and now we register a new plant that no one else has access to, right? The fact that we have this water that no one else has access to, and the fact that we also use a technology that allows the molecules, right? It's a microfluidizer process, okay? Liposomal technology is usually used in medical grade products. For everyone that doesn't know too much about liposomal technology, that's usually used in medical grade products, and it was used because they wanted to help patients, absorb like very strong medical creams into the body. Okay, that's how liposomal technology was created. But we use a microfluid as a process to allow our skincare, right? Allowing our skincare products, allowing these ingredients, allowing these molecules, and it helps it deliver it into your deepest layers, right? So that delivery system is unique for us, right? Where we have a patent on that as well. And when you have that delivery system allowing these ingredients to go into your deepest layers, and no one else is doing that. You guys have to know that. That's why we're also labeled as a cosmeceutical brand, cosmeceutical product, because it has a it's a cosmetic, but it also has a pharmaceutical delivery system, right? So that's why we're under a cosmeceutical, right? And no one else is doing this. Keep in mind that, okay? No one else has this cosmeceutical technology, plant, water. No one else is doing that. We're the first of our kind. And it's the same philosophy as this. It's like when smartphones came out, there was only one smartphone, right? And that was dominating the industry. That's kind of like where we are today. It's kind of like where, smart EV, electric vehicles, when they first came out, like a Tesla, for example, there was only one EV company doing it first, right? And then everybody started following. That's kind of like where we are right now in terms of the skincare space. So when I talk to people and let them know that, hey, look, everybody else is using similar ingredients. Everybody else is competing against each other. We have no competition. We have exclusive ingredients. We have things that allow it to go into your deepest layers with this technology. No one else is having this, right? So that's a key highlight story. That's a key highlight story that you want to share and implement amongst the people you, of course, talk with and present with, right? And afterwards, of course, I'm going to talk about the products, right? I'm going to talk about the products. I'm going to talk about obviously the ICD, I'm going to talk about testimonials. I'm going to talk about before and after photos. I'm going to show as much as I can, talking about, how the ICD product, the Botolab, the Deep Talk. I'm going to talk as much as I can, but in a short period of time, very briefly the highlights and benefits of each product, why this product might be good, why how our active cream and both and booster and serum, that's been the signature line. That's how ICD is the one that actually made us so popular. That's how we sold 40 million bottles of that product line, and that's how I'm going to share talking about it and talking about Botolab, right? Talking about how it's a all vegan, plant-based product where the Korean government contacted us to become the exclusive distributor, right? And we actually have clinical studies in Korea where people were able to see better results on their scalp, their hair, the hair roots and hair moisture, right? Everything became better using our products. And we also do have a patented ingredient in the Botolab shampoo products. And you guys know that if you tried the Botolab before, you guys know that the actual when you try it out for the very first time, you get a very nice, your hair feels super soft taking the Botox products, right? So, you want to highlight a few things. You want to share testimonials. Testimonials are key, into getting new customers or new business partners. Okay, the more testimonials you have, and the more before and after photos you have, showcasing the transformations, showing the improvements. That's how you want to talk about during the product section. Okay, so talking about the company credibility. I'm talking about, of course, the highlights of the ingredients and technology. Then, of course, I'm talking about the products. Once again, I'm keeping it short. I'm not doing 20, 30 minutes just on products, okay? And then, of course, after products, I'm going into the business model, right? I talk about this is the section where you see that we work with you could sell three different channels, right? That I'm letting people know that we are a high margin wholesale distribution business. I like to use those words as much as possible. High margin wholesale distribution business. And we earn through sharing online. Our company gives you a website, you share the website, you share links, or you could work with retail stores, or you could sell to customers, right? I'm talking very simple, that it's a high margin wholesale distribution business. So when customers or prospects are learning about this, they understand that, okay, I could sell this online, I could sell it to a business owner, I could sell to my friends and family, right? Or anyone that I know, right? So it's a very simple model. Don't spend too much time in this. It should be only maximum 2 minutes, okay? And then I'm talking about, of course, how we get paid, right? And we're talking about how we get paid. I like to say, hey, there's different ways we get paid, but the first way with retail side, you can get paid 10 to 50%, 10 to 54% commissions on your retail sites, right? And of course, I talk right about Planner first. As soon as you sign up, you start at the first position called Planner. Planner earns 10% in commissions, right? Sometimes I give an example. You get a customer buys a product, you earn 10%. If I buy something for myself, I get a 10% rebate, right? Then I talk about manager. Manager earns 20% commission, right? And to become a manager is very simple. All you have to do is just generate 1,000 SP per month for 3 months, or 3,000 SP anytime in 3 months, right? And I like to say that SP is equivalent to 90% to the dollar. So 3,000 SP is equivalent to 3,300 USD, right? Then I talk about senior manager. Senior manager is 30% base commission, generate 2,000 SP per month, or 3 months, or 6,000 SP anytime in 3 months, right? And I like to give an example of many do this in the first 7 days or less, right? And of course, I go into team leader, and I like to mention that, okay, in the first leadership position is called team leader, 40% base commission, and you can even earn up to 50% in retail sales. I briefly mentioned how you can get more customers and you can get paid additional 10% for the month. And to become a team leader is very simple, right? 10,000 SP per month for 5 months straight, or 50,000 SP anytime in 5 months, with at least three senior managers in your team. Then I talk about director, 100,000 SP per month for 6 months, or 600,000 SP anytime in 6 months, with a minimum of three team leaders. Directors allow you to start earning company revenue share, which is 1% of the total company sales. You're like almost a partner of the company. And then I give them my testimony of when I first started, right? When I first started, I became a senior manager in my first day. And afterwards, by sharing the products to about 50 people, I became a team leader in my first 7 days, right? And that's the type of story and testimony you want to give, because if somebody's looking at this Remon compensation plan, they see manager 3 months, they see senior manager 3 months, they see team leader 5 months, right? They see all these numbers. They're like, okay, you know what? Maybe I'll take my time. Maybe I'll do it in 3 months. Maybe I'll do it in 5 months. Yes, they could do it in 3 months. Yes, they could. Yes, they could do it in 5 months. But you don't want that to be the standard, right? You want to have a good story to share. Now, if you didn't do senior manager in 1 day, or you didn't do team leader in 7 days, that's fine. You could talk about other people's stories. You can say, "Hey, it took me 30 days to become a senior manager. Hey, it took me 30 days to become a senior manager, but many people that work with us today, they became senior manager in the first day. Oh, the person that I'm working with, she's having so much success. She's already a director, but when she told me when she first got started, she told me she became a senior manager in day one. When she became a team leader, it only took her 2 weeks, right? So you can share your story, but you can also share a story of somebody you're working with to also have that success story duplicate as well. So you can say, hey, the national director I'm working with, you know what he told me when he first started? He became a senior manager in day one, but also he became a team leader in his first 7 days. And in America, he became the number one team leader out of 800 team leaders the first year the company opened up. So, now everyone wants to duplicate what he does, right? Even though you might not have had a fast story, share someone else's story because if somebody wants to have success here and they want to know how to do it fast and how to do it well, you want to share that story so they can follow that model, even though you didn't do it yourself. But of course, the best story is you doing it yourself, okay? And of course, after I'm talking about the positions, right? We're closing, right? Why now? Of course, new markets opening. Timing is everything in business, right? Opportunity to build before it becomes saturated. And you want to leverage our team's proven systems, right? We have obviously trainings and scripts and supports, and we have a good system now. Not only in America, not only in Taiwan or Hong Kong or Canada or Malaysia, Singapore, or Philippines, but literally every country, every market that we operate right now, we have a strong system. We have many people getting promoted. We have many markets, doing very well. Whether it's Mexico going into Latin America, whether it's all of Asia opening up, whether it's Europe opening up, obviously getting started now, timing right now is obviously at the best right now, right? Because we all know that it's better to get started now than, of course, 5 years later, of course, right? So that's the presentation side, right? That's the presentation side of how I would present. If you look at all the numbers that I just put up here, you know, 2 to 3 minutes introduction, right? 3 minutes company background, that's already around 6 minutes, right? 5 minutes, 11 minutes, 16 minutes, 17 minutes, 27 minutes, 2 more minutes, 29, 30 minutes. So 30-minute presentation is the max you want to spend on a presentation. But once again, if you have testimonials, if you have people giving and sharing, then it can go up to 40 minutes. Usually my presentations with testimonials are about 40 minutes long. I don't try to do anything longer. You want to keep it between that time frame. It should be simple enough for somebody to understand, to make a decision by the end of a presentation if this is for them or not for them, or if they see value or they don't see value in joining Remount, okay? Now, after the presentation is over, what do you got to do, right? First thing I ask somebody is, what did you like best, right? What did you like best about what you heard, right? But another thing that all of you want to do is it's called form, okay? And it's called form stands for family, occupation, recreation, motivation. You want to find out and ask questions about their family or occupation or recreation and motive. You want to kind of get to know them, right? Sometimes I do this before the presentation or after the presentation as well. But I ask them, hey, what interests you most, right? The product, the income, or the both, right? And I like to, you know, ask them questions to see what kind of person they are. If they're saying, hey, my background, I'm an accountant. I've been an accountant for 10 to 15 years. If they're an accountant, that means they're very detail oriented people, right? They like to know numbers, they like to know details, right? So when I'm talking to someone that's been an accountant for 10 to 15 years, I'm going over details. I'm going over ingredients because they're your urchins, right? We all not sure. Some of you have heard the training, some of you haven't, but everyone has four is either one of the four animal personalities, right? Shark, whale, dolphin, or urchin, right? Sharks are the people that love money and nice things. They like making big money. Whales are your people that love helping people. Dolphins are your party people that love going to events, and urchins are your detail-oriented people, right? So someone usually is an accountant, which with many accountants on a team, they're very, very detail oriented. They want to know the ingredients. They want to know about the certifications, the awards. They want to know everything possible, right? So when I meet an accountant, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to share with them, the booklets. I'm going to share with them the documents and give them all the information so they can read upon it, right? But of course, if I meet someone that's really into, If someone goes, if I ask them, hey, what did you like best? And they go, I love the fact that you can actually make a very good income, a very high income. I love the leadership match. I love the 40, 50%. And they're talking about numbers of money, then we're going to talk about numbers and money, right? If I'm talking with them and they're into events and trainings and event and conventions and travel incentives and the resorts and all that, then I'm talking about that as well, right? So you have to form them, right, and get to know them as well, either prior to the presentation or during the presentation, depending on how much time you have. But you want to get to know your prospects as much as possible, because the more you know them, the easier it becomes, right? And I like as I mentioned, I like to always say, what did you like best, right? Can you see yourself doing this with the sport I just shared, right? You know, you can ask different things. If you had the right mentorship, would you be willing to learn and give it a try? We're onboarding people this week, currently looking for a select few people to be the main pioneer group for this market. Are you ready to get started? I like to always say sometimes, I'm looking for only a handful of people, right? A select few people that I can work with on a one-on-one basis. And these people that I'm going to work with on a one-on-one basis right now, I'm looking to help them become the leadership group, the leadership leaders for this market, right? To be the pioneers for this market as well. Because when you say that, and you're telling them that you only want a select few, that you're being selective and you're looking for a few people only to be that pioneer group. Think about it. If I'm listening to that, as I'm your prospect, I'm like, holy cow, I want to be part of that select few. I want to be part of that inner circle group. That's what they want to do. You don't want to say, oh, I'm looking for everybody. No, you want to say that you're looking for a select few that want to be a part of the leadership group, to be at the very beginning of this new market launch as well. And you're looking for a select few. You're looking for leaders, right? And if that's hitting their head, they're gonna be like, hey, that's me. And they're gonna want to get started, right? So use these type of questions, right? Always never say after a presentation, what did you think? Okay. When you tell somebody what did you think, they always look for the negative things, okay? Every time we go anywhere, we always look for not the positive reviews, we always look for the negative reviews. Because why? Because we always want to find what's bad, right? What kind of reviews or bad reviews has they had, right? No one always looks for the positive, right? So when you finish a presentation and you ask somebody, hey, what did you like best? Someone watched a Zoom call presentation. Afterwards, first question you're saying is, what did you like best? They go, oh, I love the fact that you have such natural, clean products. Whatever they say, you also want to agree with them. If they love the natural, clean ingredient products, say the same thing as well, right? If they go, hey, I love the fact that you get to help so many people have great skin and transformation in their skin care. If they're happy about that, agree with them too, right? So whatever they like best, also agree with them. People like to meet people they have something in common. If this product stood out, if that stood out, if whatever that stood out to them, always agree with them first, but never ask them, what did you think? What did you think? I never ask somebody, what did you think? I never ask that question, okay? I always say, what did you like best? And then they go, blah, 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 blah. I say the same thing. Great. Let me help you get started. Here's the referral link. Here's how you can register and sign up. Once you're done, let me know. I'll add you to the group chat, right? And after that, I'm adding them to making sure they come to the orientation or training, or I'm making sure they try the products out in the first 7 days as soon as possible. You want to get them signed up into the system, getting used to the products, getting to orientation training, and start getting included into the entire team as well. Okay. Of course, you guys go through some objections. People say, "I don't have time," right? People that don't have time, you have to let them know that, look, this is perfect for people that don't have time. For busy people, right? You could work around your schedule, meaning while you're at work, while you're at your meetings, while you're with family, you can still refer people to me. I'll do the meetings for you. I'll do the presentations for you. Anytime somebody doesn't says this, is because they don't see the value of it as well. Okay. If the value was there, okay, if the value was there, nobody would never say, I don't have time. I don't have time is just an excuse. But if someone says this, is because, look, hey, Steve, I'm a mother, I'm busy, I have kids, all day, every day. I'm running around with my kids, work, my husband. We're so busy. I don't have time to do anything like this. I don't have time to message people. I don't time. I tell them, look, can you just do it just 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day? You could just introduce people to me. Let me do the meetings for you. So while you're at work, while you're with your kids, you have someone like myself that will meet the people for you. I'll go out there and do the product demonstration. I'll go out there and meet the people for you. Just connect them with me. So when you say that to somebody, now they can't really give you an excuse like, I don't need your time anymore, right? So if someone goes, I don't have time, I goes, I don't need your time. Just connect people to me on Instagram, on Facebook, on text messages, or in person. I'll go do the meetings. I'll go do the K pop up. I'll go do the product demonstration, right? So that's how you know, that's what you would say to somebody that says, I don't have time. But remember, someone saying that is because they don't see the value yet of Remount, okay? Someone goes, I'm not a salesperson. Well, that's perfect. We don't sell here. We share results and stories, right? You have to always, if someone says, I don't sell, I'm not a salesperson, let them know that so many people that work with us don't sell, right? No, so many people that came from this industry are not a salesperson. They're not a sales expert, right? Nobody's a sales expert, right? But you let them know that, look, our products speak for themselves, and we teach you how to share naturally, not to pressure people. People don't like the word sales because they think they have to pressure somebody to sell, 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 and buy, buy, buy. Our mentality is it's not like that. It's not like we have to pressure somebody, right? We don't have to pressure somebody or try to convince them. It's always their loss if they don't see the value, right? And look, I tell them, look, you could recommend a good restaurant skincare product, right? You can do this, right? How many times have you recommended a good restaurant? How many times have you recommended a good movie? How many times have you recommended a good book, right? The same thing. You're just sharing a recommendation. Not too difficult at all, okay? I don't have the money for a set. Look, I totally get it. But you could also earn from product referrals, right? Without buying inventory. And if you're in country where there's a starter pack, think of it as an investment, not an expense, right? Most people think that they're buying this and they're spending this and it's just an expense, that they're just buying some products for themselves, right? You have to let them know that their package they buy, whether it's manager or senior manager, yes, of course, you want products for yourself. Yes, you want products to use for yourself so you can change your face and change your finances. But at the end of the day, it's an investment. It's an investment to build your business. This is a business, guys. So even for me, when I started as senior manager, right? I didn't need to put on $6,000 worth of products on my face. No, it wasn't about that. It was about the story. It was about the story I'm creating for my business. That I had a 24-hour senior manager story. It was the fact that I could become a 7-day team leader story, right? That was it was an investment towards my business. So the cost of 6,000 is nothing because my story has got me to national director. So I think of it as this: the money I invested for senior manager, the time I invested 7 days to become a team leader, that story helped me get to a director. That story helped me become a senior director. That story helped me become a national director. So you got to ask yourself, was that investment worth it? Was that first senior manager 6,000 SP investment worth it? Was the 7 days of working day and night to finish up team leader, was that worth it to become a national director today? I'm letting all of you know that my first 7 days working with Remon has generated me $10,500, which is great, of course, but it wasn't about the $10,000 I made my first 7 days. It was not about that. It's not about the 6,000 SP. It's not about the cost of that. It's not about the long days, early mornings, late nights I worked the first 7 days. It wasn't about that. It was the investment I did the first 7 days, first 30 days that got me all the way to where I am today. So when you talk to somebody, let them know that this is going to help you have a good story to become eventually a team leader, eventually a director, eventually a national. It's not for, maybe they just want to use the product, but you got to let them know that, hey, it's more of an investment for your business, okay? And let me tell you, if you become a director STND and you invested 6,000 SP when you first got started, that's probably the best investment you could ever make in your life today, okay? People say, is this a pyramid scheme? Great question. Look, pyramid schemes are illegal and have no real products. Remon is a legal, registered company backed by real skincare technology. When people always say things like, oh, is this one of those pyramids and MLM like recruiting things, schemes, and all that? Let me tell you something. A lot of people will bring this up to you because they're not fully educated what a pyramid scheme is, okay? Pyramid schemes 100% are illegal, okay? Pyramid schemes are just recruiting people to make money. Recruiting people to make money. Like you sign up 10 people, the company pays you. Here with Remon, you sign up 10 people, they buy nothing, you make no money. Okay? Here, we actually have a physical product. We have a physical product. We operate in right now in 8 countries. If this was a legal or a pyramid scheme, why would 8 countries, 8 government boards approve us, right? It doesn't make any sense, okay? So let them know that and just educate them. I love to educate people because many people that say all these things or nasty things, trust me, they are not educated, okay? I let people know that, hey, look, our company, even though you don't recruit, you can still be a senior manager and earn up to 40% in commissions without recruiting and without any auto ship requirements. Okay. When people hear that, they're like, wow, I don't have to be a recruiter to still earn 30, 40%. I don't have to have an auto ship, right? I don't have to have monthly self purchasing. You have to explain that to sometimes when some people are sometimes negative about things. I need to think about it, right? Look, if someone needs to think about it, let them know, hey, what's holding you back? Is the timing? Is your confident? Or are you still not unsure how it works, right? Usually when someone says, I need to think about it, they're not totally clear of how to do Riemann or they don't understand how to make money in Riemann. And this is what I would do, right? If someone goes, I need to think about it. I can't do team manager yet. I got to think about it. I like to also draw it out. Okay, look, you just saw the presentation. They're not fully, think about it. Most people that see a presentation one time, they won't understand the compensation plan in one day. Not obviously not possible. So what do I got to do? I have to actually draw it out. Hey, look, I get you want to think about it, but let me explain to you how this works. Let me draw it out a little bit more simply. Okay, look, if this is you, I draw a circle, right? I draw a circle. Here, this is what I do. I'll show you guys with a whiteboard here, real quickly. When someone goes, I need to think about it. I'm not sure I can join right now. Senior manager is too much money. I don't know, Steve. Can I think about it? Can I get back to you? I like to always show them, hey, look, this is how it works, okay? If this is you, and let's say they're like thinking about it, they don't know how to make their money. Mainly is because they don't know how to make their money back, okay? So what I would do is this. Just give me a second. I need to just add in my charger. All right, sorry about that. Just all right, perfect. So let's go back to here, okay? Let's go back to here of talking. So when I'm meeting somebody and they're asking questions on, hey, I need to think about it, and they're not sure, you want to draw out, okay, look, this is you, okay? When you get started as a senior manager, okay? When you get started as senior manager, sorry about that, guys. My computer just gave up for a second. All right, so back to here. Let me share the whiteboard again. All right. So when I'm speaking to somebody and they're unsure of becoming a senior manager, this is what I do. I draw out senior manager. Okay, I tell them, look, when you first get started, you're a senior manager. And when you first get started, the 6,000 SP, you get a 20% rebate of the BP, okay? 20% rebate of the BP. So let me give you an example. Right now, if you look at our starter kits, okay? If you look at our starter kits and I calculate the total BP, let's say they bought 4 business sets, okay? So I'm just giving an example here. For North America right now, 1 business set is 1170 BP. I know in Hong Kong it's about 1200 and other places it might be a little bit less, okay? 1170 BP is 1 business set, okay? Times 4 is 4,680 BP, okay? So if I'm a brand new senior manager buying 4 business sets, my total BP is 4,680. 20% of this is 936 US dollars. Okay. Now, out of this $936, $468 of this, 50% of this comes in cash, and 468 comes in Riemann dollars. Okay. And of course, I'm letting them know, hey, look, when you get started here as a senior manager, okay, you get 20% back of the BP. So you get 936 back of your investment. Okay. Plus, okay, each market has different, obviously, start different free products. Okay, so if I'm looking at America, there's about $150 worth of free products per business set, right? One premium kit plus the BB is about 150. Let's say, for example, you get 4 of these. That's additional $600 in free products. So what I'm doing is this: I'm calculating. Okay, look, you're getting $600 in free products. You're getting $936 back, right? So you're getting a total of $1,536 in cash and in free products off your senior manager investment, okay? Now, guess what I'm doing, right? I know why sure some people are drawing here. But here, as you can see, if someone's investing 6,000 SP, okay, they're getting back about 1536, okay? 1536 back in products and in cash, okay? 1536. Other markets might be a little bit higher, a little bit less, but let's say we did this for every country, okay? 1536, okay? Now they're a senior manager, okay? Now I'm talking about, of course, all the promotions and all the money they can make by working with Riemann. So for example, right now, if I'm a senior manager, I tell them, hey, look, if you sign up a senior manager, guess what happens? You earn 10% of the total BP of the senior manager. So if this senior manager was 4,680 BP, I'm saying, hey, that means that you earn $468 by signing up a senior manager. Let's say you signed up a manager here that has now 2 business sets, which is 1170 times 2, which is 2340 BP, right? Manager keeps 10%, you keep 20%, right? As a senior manager. So another 468 goes up. And let's say signed up another senior manager, right? Which would be another 468. So just by going out there and signing up 3 partners, you're getting back 468 times 3, which is 1404, plus the 1536. You're getting about $2,940 back in commissions and products. Just by going out there and helping 3 people get started, right? And once you sell the products, you get the entire $6,600 back. So just by helping 3 people get started, you already made 50% of your investment back. But on top of that, You going out and selling some products, which of course you're going to, you'll make back more than your investment, right? So when someone needs to think about it and someone has a lot of questions, you got to draw it out and map it out on how they can start earning money with Riemann. Hopefully that all makes sense. Okay, so make sure that you actually draw things out and you actually go over these little details in terms of of course, mapping it out, of course, how someone can make money with their Riemann business. Okay, so make sure that if they want to think about it, make sure you outline that as well. Okay, someone goes, I don't know anybody. Look, you don't need to know people here. You can talk to some people that you know, or you could do things on social media. There are so many people in our team that just do it on social media, and it's been working great for them as well. Of course, as I mentioned, add them to the WhatsApp Telegram group, invite them to next Zoom, logo pop-up, send them a welcome message, and of course, a starter guide on how to get started. And remember, confidence is key, okay? Your posture matters more than your words. They see your confidence, they see your belief. That will get them into the business, right? Versus you trying to beg them to get started. Remember that having them join our team and our system and our trainings and our knowledge, it's their benefit. People have no idea what they're missing out, okay? And some people don't see it right away, which is fine. People don't see the value right away, which is fine. But I'm letting all of you know that where we are right now is just the beginning of where we're going to go. And where we're going to go in the next 5 years with Remond's plan is to be open up in 50 countries, right? With 50 countries opening up, that means there's opportunities to have business in 50 countries. That means in 50 countries, there's going to be team leaders and directors and senior managers and management planners and customers and nationals in all 50 countries. And everyone that's here right now with us all has the opportunity to be with us at these early stage right now to market and eventually grow in 50 plus countries, right? So understand that when you speak to somebody, have a strong backbone, okay? If they don't want to get started, if they don't see the value, you move on to the next person. You move on to the next person. And there's been so many times where if I'm speaking to somebody and they're not showing that much interest, guess what I do? I say, have a nice day, right? And as soon as they see that, wow, Steve's not interested in really signing me up, they call me back. Hey, Steve, never mind. You know what? I want to get started. That's how you got to be. Anyone that's not interested, anyone that doesn't see the value, I move on like this. I don't need to convince somebody. I don't. I don't need somebody. Remember this. If you need them, you can't lead them. Okay? Never need somebody. Oh, I need you to join. Please join. You want no one likes that. Think about all the females here. If a guy was begging you for your number, please, 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 can I get your phone number? And they were begging you for the numbers. What female, what lady would like that? They would think that's kind of pathetic, right? Don't be that type of person. Don't be someone that wants to beg and please people. Be someone with backbone and confidence. When you're doing Riemann, right, you're focused, you're laser focused, you're building, you know where you're going. And if they want to join you with the ride, great. If they don't want to join you, move on to the next person, right? You gotta be a great sorter. When you present, you present, you close. You present, you close. You form, you present, you close. You form, you present, you close. You invite to training. You invite them to try products, right? One, two, three. One, two, three. K pop-ups, right? It's one, two, and three. Very, very simple. Don't spend so much time with everybody trying to convince them, right? Don't try to spend so much time trying to make the thing that Riemann should be for them. If they don't see it, you move on. That's it. And the more presentations you can do, the more people you can meet, and the more people you can share the opportunity with, the higher chances you'll win. I knew that from the very beginning, my first 7 days. Some people got my products my first 7 days, but they didn't even sign up as a customer. They didn't even sign up as a planner. But I could have been sad about it. Oh my gosh, I gave you a free travel kit. You don't even sign up as a customer. You don't even sign up as a planner. Like I could have been mad about it. I spent money on that travel kit. I gave you a free product, but you didn't join. So many of us do that. You try to get people in, they don't join, you get upset and you get sad. And you dwell on it and you wait and you wait and you wait and you wait on the person. And you just waited and waited and waited and you just lost so much time. For me, it was this more exposures, more people trying the products, more presentations. Eventually, enough people will join. Enough people will join. So just go out there, make your presentation simple, form with them, okay? And of course, close so they can get started. And of course, if you need help with closing, just always introduce them to other people or the orientation of trainings, and they will see a better insight on how to get started with the business as well. Remember, you can always get help from other people. Um, and of course, if you can't, you can always reach out to me. If you need me to speak to anybody, let me know as well. Okay. So I'll just answer the questions, any questions now on, let's take a look here. Any good way to convince people to start with a business set, right? Um, the reason why we want to promote someone to get a business set is for the following reasons, okay? I let them know this. When you start a business like this, number one, of course, you got to use products yourself, right? So if I'm meeting you for the very first time, I tell them, look, if you're working with Rima right now and you've never bought products for yourself, and I asked you, hey, how's the products? And you're telling me that you haven't used it yourself, how is that going to even sell, right? You're selling me products that you haven't used yourself. Doesn't make any sense. So I tell somebody, look, a business set allows you to get products for yourself, but it also gives you another demo set so that when somebody wants to try the products, you can use a demo set. And the third, some business sets come with at least 3 sets, right? And the third set you want to have which is included in the business set is because of if they want to buy something right away, you can sell your third business set. One for yourself, one for demonstration, and one to sell right away. That's why getting a business set is important. And that's how, and the best way to start your business. Let them know that, hey, look, from experience, I've seen people that when they first get started, they only buy a very, one set for themselves. That really hasn't helped them much in the long term. The people that get business sets, manager and senior manager, has had way more greater success than everybody that got smaller sets. Okay, that's how I would reply or tell someone for regarding a business set. If a friend doesn't want to join the business, is it recommended to at least ask him or her to sign up as a free customer call or just leave it? Yes, if somebody doesn't want to sign up as a business, you can say, hey, I know the business is not for you, but maybe in the future you would love to buy products, use the products, and it would do me the biggest favor if you became a customer as well. So I would sign them as a customer if they don't want to join the business. So I always go for business partners first. All my business partners that don't want to become business partners, I move that on to customers. Okay. So I always go to customers after the business partners. And if you guys have any other questions, feel free to put in the chat box. If you guys have questions regarding closing, um, or some things that people bring up that might be a hard question, let me know. I'll answer that on the chat box as well. When they go, how do I respond when they say this? I want to be a user first. You can let them know this, okay? Being a user first is great, and you buying product is great. But let me give you one piece of advice. When you become a customer and you buy customer products first, the points associated by buying the products when you transfer to a planner or a distributor for a company, you don't get to roll over those points to become a manager, senior manager. And I know you want to be a user first, but look at manager, look at senior manager. It's 3,000 SP and 6,000 SP. If you want to be a user first, let's say with one set of 300 SP, when you become a manager, you want to use that 300 SP to become a manager. But the fact that you're a customer first, when you roll over to a planner, you don't roll over the points. So what happens is you lose out on points. Signing up right now in Malaysia for a planner, it's free anyway. Why not just sign up as a planner so you can use those points? Because eventually, maybe if you like the products, you might want to become a manager. And now you already have a few points towards the manager or senior manager promotion. Where can they get back the claim of being number one? There's a lot of articles I shared, but it's a lot in Korean, right? A lot of Korean, because when we operated in South Korea first 5 years, it was all the Korean articles and all the Korean blogs talking about Riemann becoming number one. FTC announced that we were number one as well, right? So all the articles are in Korean. They're not in English. So I could share those articles again. You can message me. I can send you the articles of it, of course, showing the FTC labeling us as number one as well, which is of course as a government body in South Korea as well. If you're unable to do K-pop with multiple people, is it one-on-one to work? Is one-on-one work too? Yes, if you can't do a K-pop up with multiple people, do a lot of one-on-ones, right? If you can't do a group K-pop up, this is what I would do. I would set up as many one-on-ones every single day. 10 a.m., 12 p.m., 2 p.m., 4 p.m., 6 p.m. Set up 5 meetings a day. Do one-on-ones, 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 one-on-ones all day. I used to do so many one-on-ones back then. I used to do one-on-ones 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., 12, 1. I used to do a lot of those back then in the industry when I was just doing a lot of one-on-ones. Of course, having a K pop-up is more effective, but a one-on-one eventually can become a K pop-up. You have a one-on-one conversation, they try the products out, they like it, and you go, hey, let's set up an event. They can do their own pop-up, okay? Um, yeah, Jamie, can you write the question again? The question your question got deleted earlier. I did not see that. How to close a sale when you're out in public for an event, for example. If you're trying to sell on social media and the person can't try their products out. How to close a sale when you're out in public for an event. Okay, so if you are at an event, at a public event, and the best way to close a sale, of course, is at the event, have them try the products out. But if you're at an event, but you have no products and you're just having a conversation, the best is to show them before and after photos and some, yeah, before and after photos and testimonials of people that actually use the products. That will get a lot of people to, of course, buy the products out. I've been to a beauty expo and I remember first day of my beauty expo, we just showed the products. We just displayed the products. And people came to us and they bought a little bit of products. But the second day at the beauty expo, I put out my laptops and iPads of all these before and after photos, like all over. So many more people came in and so many people more bought the products, right? So show before and after photos and testimonials. Is a claim number one in our website to back us? Number one sale, number one customer. The number one is based on sales. So Riemann, okay, Riemann Korea, in terms of sales, surpassed LG and Amore Pacific in the direct sales sale volume in South Korea. How to tell people how to retrieve compensation through Riemann as now now the system is not yet ready. So the compensation through Riemann. So the system right now, yes, it was going through some updates, but people should still be getting the compensation. Um, and I let them know this. Look, if you start in the month of May or if you start in the month of June, right? If you're a senior manager or manager, the following month on the 15th, you'll get paid your commissions. That's number one. Afterwards, all retail sales happening after that day, you're gonna get paid weekly on all personal retail sales that comes in. If someone has an issue that didn't get paid on the 15th of the month, then of course, send me a message. I'll speak to the IT and corporate team to help that get fixed. I know we had some issues of some people compensate the commissions not showing, or some people got an email that they didn't activate. But I can check each account to make sure that everyone gets, of course, their commissions. What if someone says that they feel the presentation is too long and believe it's not effective to use it to invite people to the K-pop, and they think it's better to focus on the product rather than the business opportunity. Um, the planner feels that the presentation is too long and they believe that it's not effective to use. What they can do is this: you could invite people to the K pop-up, and during the K pop-up, you can show a brief presentation, which is okay too. Some people like to just focus on the pop-up, but pop-ups are great and they're great to get people to try the products out. They're great to, of course, enroll a lot of customers. Um, but at the same time, some people not everybody does a business presentation during the pop-up. So you do can get a lot of planners and customers, but of course you want someone to actually see the business side of things to actually get to build the business, right? So if they want to focus on the pop-up a little bit and if they want to focus on products, that's okay. Um, but let them know that, you know, a lot of times people like to do things their own way, okay? And this happens a lot for brand new people. A lot of people say, "Hey, you know what? I'm going to do it my own way. I don't want to follow a system." And they do it their own way. But long enough, when they do it their own way, they will realize their own way was not the right way. And then they realize, okay, you know what? I should have followed the system from day one. It happens to a lot of people. So sometimes in the beginning, a lot of new people are going to be like, you know what? I want to do it my own way. My people are different. I don't want to follow the system. I don't want to do presentations and Zooms. I don't want to do all this. It's too long, yada, yada, yada. Like, if they're thinking like that, wrong thinking, but at the same time, um, eventually they're gonna realize it when they're growing their business that they can't build it based on just themselves, just doing only their personal events. They have to work with the system. So they can learn from there. They could do that and they can fail from that and then could try it out and get some results. And who knows, they might be good at selling products and doing pop-ups, and maybe that's what they want to do. But if they really want to scale the business, it's important to do the business opportunity calls as well, because you want to find business opportunity-minded people. If a person joins on 30th of April, the 3 months duration will be ended on 30th of June or July. If someone starts April 30th, April is their first month, May is second month, June is the third month. All right, so it ends the end of June. Even though it's end of April, your third month is June, okay? Just for everyone to know. But the starter kits, you have access from the day that you start, okay? So if you started April 30th, May, June, so you have 3 months from the day you start, get the starter kits. But in terms of your month period of the 3 months duration, April would be your first month, okay? Does Remon have a money back guarantee for products? Yes, for customer orders, Remon has a 30-day money back guarantee for products. So if I talk to a customer and say, hey, try the products out for 30 days, you can use it. Your bottles can be empty. You don't like it, return it back to Remon. We have a 30-day money back guarantee for our customers. Yes, so 30 days money back works only for consumers only, okay? Only for customers, we have a 30-day money back guarantee, and it does not apply to starter kits. Usually for customers, there's no, you can't buy starter kits for customers. So if someone, as a customer, buys some products, they try it out for 30 days, they don't like it, they can get a full money back guarantee for the products they ordered. Okay. Yeah. So um, you had an encounter. I let a friend try Oil Mist, and the face skin got a little bit of problems. So sometimes, when you get someone to try the products out, there of course can be encounters where either someone's skin is sensitive, somebody might have a reaction. That does happen, and happens for a few different reasons, okay? The reaction part, or maybe their skin is sensitive, or they have something else they used on their skin. So sometimes when they use other products with our products, it can maybe become sensitive, or if they have very sensitive skin, if you apply too much product sometimes, that can lead to some type of reaction or breakout as well. And we call it sometimes purging. Sometimes their skin needs to purge first before it gets better, right? And sometimes they could be allergic. Like for example, calming gel has some grass in there, or they could be allergic to a certain ingredient or product as well. That could happen as well. And if that does happen to someone where they had an allergic reaction, which is very rare, of course, but the company will refund for that customer, of course, if that ever happens. Okay. Do they pay for the shipping the products back? I had the question from yes. The shipping is also the company will give you a label. Okay, we'll give you a label, a shipping label, and the customer, and then they just gotta put the label into the box and return it back to the company. And you guys know that also. I'm sure many of you saw that right now in North America and for other markets, we are having this new promotion, which I'm going to pull up right now real quickly. Well, I'll mention to you right now. So the promotion that some of you saw, some of you haven't seen yet, is the promotion we're running in the month of June, okay? And what this promotion is, this is only applying to not team leaders and higher. So if you're a senior manager, if you're a manager, if you're a planner, planners, managers, and senior managers, okay? This is your chance this month to earn additional 1,000 US dollar bonus. But on top of the $1,000 bonus, you can earn as much as you want. You can earn as many, you can earn as much as you want on this bonus. And the way that it works is this. So if you sign up, let's say, for example, let me pull this up here. Okay, so the way that you qualify for the promotions, there's 3 tiers, okay? if you sponsor three people, right? You sponsor three people and they get to unlock two levels of compensation. So three planners that did the 10 customers and 1,000 SP, you earn 100 US dollars, okay? If you sponsor three people and they unlocked four levels of unit level compensation, you earn $300. And if you sponsored three people and they unlock six levels, you get 1,000 USD, okay? So once again, let me see if I can put this onto the screen here. Yeah, now it works for some reason. Okay. No, it doesn't work anymore. Okay. But you guys can see here, you guys can see that this month, okay, for planners, managers, and senior managers, it's a huge promotion, guys. It's a huge promotion where it's unlimited. So, for example, if I go out there, I sign up three planners, okay, and each planner just does the basic minimum of getting 1,000 SP and 10 customers, which of course, obviously um, unlocks two levels you need level for them, right? The sponsor will earn 100 US dollars for that, okay? If I go out there and if I sign up three people and they unlock four levels of unit level, okay? Four levels unit level. Let me pull this up right here. Okay. So here's a promotion for this month, okay? I sign up three people and they unlock four levels unit level compensation, four levels, okay? So four levels are managers, okay? So if I sponsor three planners that become a manager, right? Automatically, I get additional 300 US dollars because they have four levels of compensation. Or I could sign up three planners, okay? I could sign up three planners that does the customer count and the SP count, which they get four levels of unit level compensation. You also earn 300 US dollars. So sign up three people that gets four levels of compensation, you earn 300 US dollars. And this could be for people that's already in your team, existing people, existing members. You call everybody up. Hey, union level starting this month. This is how it works. You can get paid on so much customers. All you got to do is do 1,000 SP and 10 customers, right? And just helping individuals get this, you unlock all this extra bonus, right? You sponsoring or your existing three people go out there and gets six levels of unit level commission, which means that they have 10 customers. If a senior manager in your team right now is on your first level, okay? They do the 10 customers. They do 1,000 SP. And three of them did it, you get 1,000 US dollars. So if you're already a senior manager, and you got three senior managers below you, and they all do unit level compensation personally, they're all personally underneath you, you get an additional $1,000. You go out there and you sign up three more people that do SM, you get another $1,000. And it's unlimited, okay? Unlimited with this promotion, okay? So it's a huge promotion. And this is also going to be happening, I believe, for all the markets, okay? For all markets, there's going to be announcements today on the Malaysia and Singapore call in just about 45 minutes. So they're going to announce promotions on the Malaysia Singapore call as well. And I believe that for all markets in all countries, we're going to run this promotion as well. And is there any alternative for Malaysia, which is the base product that they must buy to get the results? Which is the basic for Malaysia. I mean, I would say, if they want to just get some results, EX line, the cleansers. I mean, if it's too much for them to purchase, definitely let them use the cleanser. Definitely let them use the booster serum and cream, and let them get started with just a few products if they want, right? Just have them try out something. And some people just love our cleanser so much. Now they want to try out the other products, right? So if someone doesn't have enough money to buy a big set, let them just try a handful of products, okay? 10 customers with 1,000 SP for the month, okay? 10 customers with 1,000 SP for the month. So all of you that are on the call right now, if you want to get paid union level, okay, you need to have at least 10 customers for the month or existing customers. So 10 people you signed up. If you haven't signed up any customers, very simple. It could be your mom, you could put your dad, your brother, your sister, your daughter, your son, your cousins, your coworkers. 10 people that sign up an account, okay? Now, out of that 10 customers, or it could be a personal order, okay? If you do 1,000 SP, you will get paid union level compensation. If you are already a senior manager, you will get paid 6 levels of union level. If you are a manager and you have your 10 customers and 1,000 SP, automatically you get paid 4 levels. If you're a planner with 1,000 SP and 10 customers, you get paid 2 levels. Now, if you're the sponsor and you help three people get 6 levels of compensation this month, right? You get 1,000 extra US dollars. So for example, if I'm a senior manager right now, if I have 3 senior managers right below me and they all do union level, union level, union level, thousand, 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 I'm as a sponsor, I make 1,000 bucks. If I sign up 3 others, right? 3 other senior managers, and they have obviously the 10 customers, 10 customers, 10 customers, I get another 1,000 bucks. If I sign up 3 more managers and they get 1,000, I get additional 300 bucks. If I sign up 6 planners and they all do 1,000, I get another 100 per 3, another 100 per 3. So going out there this month and helping a lot of people do union level will get you a lot of customer points, but not only that, it's going to also get you a lot of bonuses this month. It's a great promotion for planners, managers, and senior managers. Yeah, so any type of any questions, just send me a personal message. For the Malaysia, Singapore, and Asian market, there is a call happening in 40 minutes. The monthly rundown for the Asian markets, which is starting at 11 a.m. Malaysia, Hong Kong, Singapore, Taiwan, Hong Kong time, which is starting in 40 minutes. So appreciate all of you guys. We do have a lot more trainings happening this week, for the how to do a K pop-up. We're going to have an opportunity call. Tonight, Malaysia time, Malaysia, Singapore, Hong Kong, Philippines, Taiwan time, 6 p.m. today. We do have an opportunity presentation today at 6 p.m. Malaysia time. So you guys, if you have prospects in the Asia markets, invite them to the 6 p.m. call today. Myself, I'll be doing the presentation. We're also going to have a testimonial from a new senior manager from Malaysia as well on the call today at 6 p.m. Malaysia time, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Singapore, Philippines time. So invite your prospects. It's going to be today. We're going to have one tomorrow and another one next day. 3 days in a row, presentations back to back to back with multiple testimonials, multiple product testimonials these next 3 days. And of course, we have trainings all week to help you with unit level, how to do a K pop-up, how to present, how to close, and of course, get better with yes, let me send you the link in the chat right now on the 6 p.m. presentation today, okay? Let me send it in the chat box for the presentation. Since I'm in Asia right now, not in the US time, I could do this, I could do a 6 p.m. presentation for the Asian markets these next few days. So Tuesday, which is today, Wednesday, Thursday, Asia time, 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Okay, 6 p.m. We have an English presentation today, tomorrow, and Thursday at 6 p.m. And if you guys have prospects you want to share, invite them to the Zoom call today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Um, you know, this is gonna be a big month, guys, for you. This is the first month union level started for Riemann worldwide. Okay, it's a brand new Riemann starting from today. All of you have a chance now to really speed up your process now to get to director, senior director, and national director right away. With all the countries opening up, with 2 more countries opening up, with new markets just getting started with Malaysia, Singapore, and Mexico, all of you right now should be advancing your position to team leader by the end of the month. By the next 2 to 3 months, all of you guys should be advancing your position to director, to senior director, and national director. I'm letting all of you know right now, there is no excuses and no reasons why you should not finish up team leader by the end of the month with union level being started. Think about this. Just 50 people on your team. 50 people doing uni level is 50,000 SP. If you already have 25,000 SP, 25 people in your team, just doing uni level is another 25,000 SP, which will get you to team leader. There is no excuse for you to not become a team leader by the end of this month. 100% all of you should finish it up. If you're a planner right now, you want to become a senior manager, 6 people on your team doing 1,000 SP is senior manager. 50 people doing 1,000 SP is 50,000, right? You want to become a director? Very simple. Help a lot of people become a team leader. 10 team leaders will get you to a director position. 10 team leaders is not hard. 10 team leaders having 50 people on their team doing 1,000 SP is already 500,000 SP. You guys can finish up director. You guys can finish up team leader. I want to see all of you guys upgrade your position, your status to the next position as soon as possible. Do not wait to 2026. Do not wait till the year is over. We're already halfway over of 2024. We have now the last 6 months. This is where you run super hard through the summer, through the winters, and you close strong for the end of 2024. So let's make it our best month ever this month in June, and we'll see you guys at the next Zoom call today at 6 p.m. and tomorrow 9 a.m. as well. So have a good night, have a good day. We'll see you guys on the next call. And yes, I will share with you guys today's PPT in the group chat. Thank you so much. Have a nice day. God bless. Bye bye.